Hello, I'm Andrew Isaacs with Blabberbuzz News. Here are the headlines for May 26, 2023. Our top story. Today, in a landmark ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously curbed the federal government's authority in regulating bodies of water, undermining a recent policy enacted by President Joe Biden's administration. The decision, written by Justice Samuel Alito, renounced the Environmental Protection Agency's expansive interpretation of the waters of the United States, WOTUS, and ordered a more restricted approach. The case under review involved Idaho residents Michael and Chantell Sackett, who the EPA barred from constructing a home near a wetland. The Supreme Court's ruling has far-reaching implications for water regulation, limiting the federal government's definition of WOTUS to water sources with a continuous surface connection to significant bodies of water. This decision, celebrated by Republican lawmakers and landowners associations, upsets the Biden administration's recently implemented WOTUS regulation. The EPA's regulation, set to take effect in March, expanded the federal government's reach over various water sources, but it faced criticism for being an example of federal overreach. A federal judge halted its implementation in April, and subsequently, the House and Senate endorsed a regulation rejecting the new rule. Senator Shelley Moore Capito, the ranking member of the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee, praised the Supreme Court's ruling, stating that it protects Americans from overreach under the Clean Water Act. Dan Newhouse, chairman of the Congressional Western Caucus, called it a victory for the Constitution and urged the EPA to revoke its WOTUS regulation officially. In other news, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has added Donald Eugene Fields II to its 10 most wanted fugitive list following allegations of child sex trafficking. Fields, accused of manipulating and sexually abusing young girls in St. Louis, poses an imminent danger to the community. The FBI believes he is still in the U.S. and possibly operating in Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, or Florida. Fields' alleged victims, some as young as 11 years old, endured immense trauma. The FBI urges the public to come forward with any information about Fields, and a reward of up to $250,000 is being offered for information leading to his arrest and conviction. Individuals can contact the FBI's tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit a tip online. Turning our attention to Black Lives Matter, BLM, the group is facing criticism and distancing from its own activists following a report by the Washington Free Beacon that reveals financial insolvency. A coalition of 26 local BLM chapters, formerly aligned with the national group, blames co-founder Patrisse Cullors for the organization's demise. Cullors, who describes herself as a trained Marxist, has been under fire since it was revealed that BLM used its charitable funds to enrich her family and friends. The coalition, known as Black Lives Matter Grassroots, expressed concern about the plummeting donations and emphasized their fight for the soul of Black Lives Matter. Tax documents obtained by the Free Beacon showed that the national arm of the movement, Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, spent the majority of its raised funds and experienced a significant drop in donations. The documents also revealed substantial spending on high-priced contractors, many of whom had close ties with Cullors. The coalition's lawsuit against Black Lives Matter and its chosen successor, Shalomyah Bowers, alleges fraudulent use of funds and breach of fiduciary duties. This internal turmoil has led to investigations by the Internal Revenue Service and various state attorney generals. That concludes our news coverage for today. I'm Andrew Isaacs. Stay informed and engaged by checking our app and website for further updates on these stories and more. Remember, like freedom, truth rings.